Hi everyone, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've been on with a video. As all of you that have these illnesses know that there are days when you just can't do anything. And for the last several days, I have felt pretty rotten and done a lot of just sitting, haven't even done a lot of crocheting. Gone to bed at 5 o'clock in the evening and stayed there until 8 o'clock in the morning. It's just one of those times of the year when we seem to hurt more because we have highs and lows in the atmosphere coming through. The weather changes every 24 or 12 hours, depends. Yesterday we had tornado watches and flash flood watches, and there are flash flood warnings in the state today. And it's been a tough time. Tomorrow we're supposed to be in the 30s in the morning, and we may, if we still have rain, get a few snow flurries. Well, when Alabama talks about snow flurries, it looks like you've just poured a few flakes of instant potatoes out on the ground and said, snow. But we'll see. Sometimes they're correct. Sometimes we get more, and sometimes they miss it. So, anyway, I hope you're having a better week. I hope that some things in your life have gone really well. I know that with the way these illnesses attack our bodies on and off, and sometimes they don't ease up, it makes life really frustrating because you can plan for great things and just know what you're going to do and get excited and you're going to go and you're going to do. And before you know it, you can't go. And if you do go, if I decide to go with my husband to shop, I go to Walmart for some of my yarn. If I'm smart, I will lean on the cart because they don't ever have enough of the electric carts for seniors charged enough anymore. And I'll lean on the cart and I'll stop when I have to. But the other day I had to go and didn't have a cart, just getting a few things. And I found that it was crazy. By the time I got to the car, I could barely get in the car. And by the time we got home, I didn't want to get out of the car and go to the gate and open the gate and go in and, you know, move dogs and just find my chair. It was just rough, but it was rough for my husband too. As I've told you, he only has one arm. He lost his left arm when he was 17. And his right arm at this point, he's had surgery on the rotator cuff before, but he's getting bursitis or arthritis severely damaging his shoulder there and that joint. And we're waiting to see how bad it's going to get because he's got to go to the doctor a couple weeks and maybe he'll figure out what to do about it. I'm hoping they do because it's really rough when both of us are hurting so badly we can't even get up. And he's the only person I have to do and to help. So just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully he will be okay. During this time of preparing for talking to you about our illnesses and our lives, I hope you've taken time to look up different on different websites what fibromyalgia actually does and can do, what RA, what lupus, what psoriatic arthritis, osteoarthritis, whatever it is you have, look it up on a reputable site. Don't go in and just go pick a site because it's got that name on it. No. Because I found a long time ago, if I go into the wrong website, it's going to lead me down a garden path. It's going to tell me, take this, take that, do this, do that. And it doesn't always come out the way they say. So find a place where you trust the information. If you have people that don't understand, ask them if they'll just read. I know that when I started coming down with this many years ago, we were foster parents, and I was having a really, really tough time with our foster daughter. And I loved her dearly, but I could not take her cussing me out just to cuss me out. And she knew that. She knew we were getting too close. And unfortunately, I had to say to her, okay, we have to let you go. I'm moving too close to where you used to live. And we love you, but it's been a blessing for her. And I'm thankful that God took her in his hands and kept her close because she was adopted by the next foster family, and that's great. That's all I wanted for her, was the best life that she could have now. And so when that happened, and I began to do some different things and tried to walk for half a mile even, my knees would hurt, and I would just go home and go, what is going on? This is awful. And I'd be so tired that I couldn't hardly stand up or breathe. And whew, well, after I went on disability and left the ministry, when we moved back to our home here in Alabama in a different county, we ended up not understanding everything that was going on. I knew I had fibromyalgia. I knew I had RA. But I didn't know that with fibromyalgia, you can faint. And I was standing on our back porch, and it's a very high back porch, and it's very small. And I was standing out there one day looking at the dog and our beautiful German Shepherd out back, and I was just thinking how beautiful it was. And next thing I knew, I was sitting and almost laying flat on the porch. And I'm thinking, oh, my stars. And I start hollering. Well, none of the girls came. My husband didn't come. And I'm thinking, what in the world? Where are you? So I finally can scoot over to the door because I couldn't stand up. I just could not do it. I got to the door and opened the knob and opened that back door and yelled, come here, bring me my wheelchair. And they come in there going, what are you doing on the floor? I don't know. I just have to get to the wheelchair, bring it in, hold it, put it in place, help me get up onto it, and we'll talk about this later. Well, the next day, I'm standing there talking to my husband, and he walks out the back door to go do something, and I'm still standing there by the edge of the couch, and I'm just standing, and next thing I know, I'm on the floor. I don't even remember passing out. I don't remember any of that. I'm just on the floor, and I'm laying there staring at the ceiling going, okay, is this real? Well, Larry comes back in, and he goes, what are you doing on the floor? I said, I passed out. What? I said, yeah, I was just standing there, and the next thing I knew was on the floor. Well, he thought I was crazy until I did it again, right there with him standing in the same room. And it just hit me. So if any of you are experiencing strange things you didn't think would happen with fibro or with RA, check it out, because I didn't know fainting was a possibility. I understood the fatigue. I understood the pain, the excruciating pain. I understood all the other things, the depression, the anxiety, all those things that go with this. But I didn't know I could pass out. Well, I found out the hard way, but that's okay. It doesn't happen right now. I'm thankful. It has just turned back into excruciating pain again, and we'll get there. It's going to be all right. So here I am saying thank you for one more day. One more moment to talk to you about these illnesses, but also to talk to you about the thing I love to do, which is crochet. I've been crocheting on and off since I was like 17 or 18. And, I thought I could do anything. I made a sweater before, and I could knit a sweater. All these things I thought, this is going to be easy. I can do this. I made a sweater with this, and well, when you don't do it a lot for a long time, it gets a little bit difficult. And I want to show you my problem is following some patterns that I have downloaded or that I've purchased. Because sometimes the pattern doesn't make sense to me, the way they word it, how they're talking about where this is and what it does and how you have to get there. And after a while, I just kind of go, what in the world? Well, I was going to make a dog sweater for my little darling Chihuahua. I found the pattern, downloaded it. It's so cute on that little Chihuahua, that little chunky Chihuahua like mine. Well, I got to working on it, and this is what it looks like. It's not exactly a little Chihuahua. Nope, not anything like a little Chihuahua. the buttons I didn't have, made it too big, just messed it up. Couldn't read the pattern. If you can't read the pattern, if you know someone that does crocheting and you can get in touch with them, ask them. There's a lot of these ladies who, men and women, who do crochet tutorials on YouTube. Contact them by making a comment. Ask them if they could show a tutorial on how to do that or how to read that pattern, because they're very, very different and they're very, very difficult. And don't be surprised if it doesn't turn out right. I've still got the yarn, still got the dog. It's freezing, but I'm not going to make it again until I understand the pattern. And then you've seen the one I've been working on, the Afghan I've been working on for my son, who is leaving the Marine Corps in April after 19 years. And I love this pattern. I have a friend now who wants me to teach this pattern. This pattern actually is a pattern that Creative Grandma put on her website to make granny squares out of the pattern. And it was beautiful how she did it. And I thought, oh, wow, that would be gorgeous. So I started this pattern, and I've used 4 balls of skeins of yarn, large skeins, 300 and some yards per skein. And I'm probably going to have to use the last 2 that I have to finish this. But it's very heavy. That pattern works into a very nice, beautiful star as it goes out and away. And where you have the loops that stand up, the triple crochets that go into the loop down below, and you pull it up and anyway, finish it off up there. It makes it thick. It makes it so you can't see through it. And I thought, wow, you know what would be cool if I could do with that? I could actually make a purse, a bag. I've always wanted to try that, and so many of you have got patterns on your websites for that, and some of them are so neat. But I thought, wow, what if I made that pattern in a size about like this, because it's a square, made 2 of those front and back, then would take and make a piece between the front and the back and have it crocheted to both of them and crochet it up and over for a handle. That'd be beautiful. Well, this came in the mail to me. I purchased it online, and it's very pretty, but I'm not sure this is the one I want. I think I'm going to choose another color. Comment down below and let me know what color you would choose, because there are so many beautiful colors in this heavier yarn, and it will be beautiful as a bag. And if not, then this will be something besides a purse. It just won't be. But I've enjoyed doing it. Then again, we're doing granny squares. There's a granny square challenge out here, ladies. And Creative Grandma, Glenda Winkleman, and Krista from Secret Yarnery, Bag a Day Crochet, Crystal, they are doing a challenge, and several other people. I think Be Wild is also on the challenge, and several that I don't know. And it's kind of cool because they're teaching us to do an old-fashioned granny square. Okay, I've done them before, and I've been doing one with the pattern from Secret Yarnery, and it's turning out really pretty. And it's going to be a baby blanket, a surprise baby blanket to a friend. And that's great. It's going to be big, but it's a granny square. But then Creative Grandma showed granny squares and how to make them look like flowers in the middle. And I did this one. It's yellow and green and white in the center, white around the edge. It's so pretty. My granddaughter knew it was a flower, and she was so excited that it was a flower, and she wanted more of them. So this color is going to get done probably into something special just for her, because she's my little autistic kid, but she's smarter than a whip and just amazing. And so that's probably going to be a blanket for her. And I know when my other granddaughters see this, Yes, grandma will fix you one too. And then I thought, well, I've got some beautiful red yarn here. Why not do a poinsettia, a Christmas flower? And that turned out great, but I'll tell you one thing, don't make this mistake. The green that I picked is a very lightweight yarn, very thin. And all it wanted to do was make long, stringy, and untie itself and icky. And I'm going to redo this with a heavier green yarn, and I think it'll come out even nicer. But I think this would be beautiful to have um, something, maybe even just turn them into gift bags with two of them crocheted together for Christmas. Some kind of Christmas, instead of a stocking, put something like this up for the kids and for my sons and daughters-in-law. I'm wondering, and it's Glenda Winkleman that got me into this, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's fun to do. It's different. I've got lavender colors, as you can see back here, my lavender and white, my blues, um, different things that I can do this in and make some amazing colors, and I want to see how they do. I was going to have a tutorial, but my camera broke, so we're kind of not being able to do that right now. But think about this. Go online after you purchase a crochet hook that will work for your hand. Don't go in there, and because they show you, that person doesn't have any issues and they use all metal hooks. I used to use all metal hooks. I loved them. I've tried plastic hooks. I don't like them as well. But the way my hands are, I need something that I don't have to grip super, super tight to get it to work. And so I've done the ergonomic uh, handles for some time, and they can get really big. That's an 8mm. There are 10s and 9mm, and they do great on bigger yarns and different things. I purchased a set again recently for $8, $9, something like that, off of Amazon. And it came with the yarn needles, and I don't know if you can see those kind of glaring, and some stitch markers and the whole thing. And I love it. And it's not that big. It can go in a purse. It can go with you wherever you go if you're going to be crocheting somewhere. So remember that when you start learning to do this, make sure you have a hook that will not hurt your hand. Because there's nothing worse than being crocheting all day long and your hands starting to ache and your fingers starting to hurt so badly. At night you want to cry. This still does make my hand hurt, yes, even with the ergonomic handles. It hurts my wrist, yes, because it's active right now. The RA is very active, and so it does a lot of pain for me. But when I'm making a pattern that I like, I can live with the pain. I have this far for many years. So, just see what works for you. And then again, I was going to do another pattern that I found in a book, and it's called the Cluster Cross. This is a Granny Square book that I purchased online, and it's Publications International Limited. And each Granny Square pattern, it tells you how to do some of them. But this one, I don't know if you can see that in the thing. If you look closely, there is a cross made in the center, going up and down in angles. Excuse me. You're going to see a cross. Well, I've been trying to follow that pattern, and this is the third time I've taken it out. And I'm not sure it's going to work because I just don't understand what they're asking for. But I'll keep doing it. Excuse my little girl dog over there barking, but she's my protector. My big dog's trying to come in the front door without, it being open. So it's a little scary for her. But if you can't watch enough tutorials to help you, purchase a beginner's crochet book. I like to read what I'm doing. I like to see the pattern. I love to follow the women and the men that crochet on the YouTube channels on their channels because it makes it step by step. And when you finish one part, you can pause it, do it, go back if you don't understand it, and watch them. You can watch them do it over and over and over. And I'm one of those people, I can read things and do well, but I also like to have it, to watch it being done. And if I watch it and listen to what they say, I have a better chance of remembering it. And that's something that's always been there. That's why seminary and school and things like that were not always my favorite things, but I learned, and I figured out how it works for me. So there you see it. I've got a pattern to see if it'll make a bag. I've got a granny square that Secret Yarnery has shown, and she just had her granny square, but I'm turning this into an Afghan or a blanket for a baby. I have my flowers that I'm working on, and I have yarn coming out my ears. My husband says our bedroom looks like it's a workshop for he doesn't know what, because there's stacks of yarn, and I have shelves put up and everything else, and I still have more yarn than I know what to do with. But that's okay. And he agrees that it's okay. This is something that takes my mind off a lot of the problems and a lot of the issues. It's something I love to do. I love to preach and teach more. I've always loved to talk to teenagers and kids about Jesus and fun things, and and get online and figure out stuff with my brother and my sister and sister-in-law when they celebrate their holidays, and when my niece is a year or two from being a rabbi. It's just, I love talking Bible. I love talking stories that come from there. But I also like to just to share with people about real life. Sometimes real life gives you a good hard kick in the head. But you take a deep breath. If you don't believe in prayer, my son does not believe in prayer, that's fine. That's fine. I believe in prayer. That's why I pray for all of you out there. I don't know you. I may never meet you, but know that I believe that somewhere you're like the rest of the world, and like I am. You need just a moment to breathe and not feel like you've been destroyed. You need a moment to smile and to laugh. And today, when my granddaughter came home from preschool, and she comes up to my chair and she tells me something and I don't really understand it, and then she turns on a cartoon that's singing a song that I knew, and I'm sitting in my chair and we're just bouncing and we're singing, and she's just dying laughing. Keep singing, Grandma. Keep singing, Grandma. It was a time to laugh and a time to smile. Was I hurting? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But she laughed. She smiled. She went out laughing today. I went to kiss her, and she goes, "Ugh, Grandma, don't kiss." I said, "I don't want to give you a kiss. Bye-bye." And she said, "Oh, okay." Then she came and got a kiss. I guess I can't give her just kisses just for fun, just because I think she's beautiful and wonderful. You only can kiss when you say goodbye. But she's a sweetheart. All my grandkids are beautiful and wonderful, but she made my day. She gave me that moment to laugh. I looked at my next granddaughter, her sister's homework. "Grandma, look, I got every one of the problems right." She's amazing in math and science. Those are her loves, and she's doing really well. And I saw that, and I thought, wow, this is so cool. This is just really cool. So, today, if it's cold where you are, and it probably is, unless you live in Florida, and it's probably not really warm in Florida. And if you live in Southern California, some places like that still may be in the 60s today, maybe even 70s. But if you live up north, it's probably cold. We will be in the 30s or lower tomorrow. I know cold. But, okay, another day to hurt. But it's also another day to laugh and to smile. It's another day to be blessed, to look for the best, to hope for beyond the best, and just know that someone out here cares. And I don't care just because it's my job or it's my this or it's my that or I belong to this society or that society. I care because I understand. I get it. So if you have a question, there's a comment section below this video. Below the video, there will be a red subscribe piece. Hit that and then hit the bell beside it. And when I have a video that comes up, you'll be notified. But I know that you don't have time to wait, go when the bell rings, go quick and do it. No, but it's there. I have 2 that have only been viewed by 3 people. And that's kind of sad to me, but I understand people don't know it's there yet. People are busy. But please subscribe and like. Comment down below that and let me know what's going on with you. Ask me a question. Send me a comment. If you need a pattern, I can tell you where to find the patterns. I can tell you who to talk to on the internet to find it or on YouTube. Please know that I'm here for you. That's the greatest gift I can give, is being here and knowing what you're going through. So have a good day, a good evening. I hope you have a great tomorrow. I hope to do a video tomorrow, but it depends all on what happens with my grandkids and my husband tomorrow. And it depends on how I feel tomorrow, to be honest with you. But go and be blessed. Have a great evening. Hug your family. If you're by yourself, if you got a dog, hug your dog. If you got a cat, hug that cat, because they love you unconditionally. If you don't have that, then just stop and hug yourself, because everybody deserves a hug. Bye. Have a great night. Have a great day. Talk to you later.